Hello, and welcome back to The Casual Fanatic. We continue the series, three key men. Today's team are bitter rivals, Liverpool. I had to put up a United shirt just to balance out the Liverpoolness of it, but I'm excited to talk about the team. The three key men are, well, a little bit more obvious in the sense. One of them might be a little bit of a surprise. You'll already have seen him on the thumbnail. I had to talk about him. And honestly, I can't even lie about it. I love him. I think he's amazing. I think he will be the future of their team. And building around them is going to be so essential for the future. But that being said, going into the first thing, which is the most important player, there's a lot of options to choose from when we're talking about Liverpool, right? Because you're talking about a team that's won every single trophy over the past 4 years. So there are obviously many key men, and there are a lot of important players in this team. First of all, you have Van Dijk, who's been essential. He's been their rock. He's still the best defender in the world, in my opinion, especially when he's fit and he's healthy. And he's so crucial to everything that Liverpool do. And you see how much they lack him. Not just the defensive ability he has, the leadership, the way he commands the ball on the pitch, the way he's able to, the delivery, his long balls, the way he's able to be press resistant, the way he's able to command aerially. Van Dijk is elite. I don't need to say a lot about Van Dijk, and he is important. But to me, it's you're bringing in the new age, which is Konate, and Konate is going to be essential for them going forward. He's a young centre back. I think he has all the key characteristics that you want in a centre back for the long term. Having him there is going to be big, and working on him is going to be just as important as having Van Dijk right now. But Van Dijk being out injured, the injuries are starting to rack up a little bit. I'm not saying he gets consistent small little niggles, but when he does get injuries, it seems to be long. And that's not a good sign, especially when he's already getting into he's past the 30 age mark. Mohamed Salah, of course, has been a revelation for Liverpool. One of the greatest Premier League signings ever. Like, in terms of foreign imports, Salah has broken every record that, yes, Haaland might shatter right now, but he still broke them in the first place. You're talking about established, legendary Premier League strikers. Their records being smashed by a right winger. Yes, he's played as a right forward in a system that's basically tailored to him scoring goals, but nevertheless, that's still so impressive what he's managed to do. Furthermore, of course, Thiago Alcantara came and almost changed the structure of that entire midfield. And for the first time in Klopp's teams, he had a player that wanted to dictate the play, someone that was able to transition the ball well, someone that was press resistant, someone that was composed in midfield. Because before that, you had a very workhorse-like midfield, and basically who he replaced was Gini Wijnaldum, and they couldn't be more different player profiles. Well, the let's say the close control was still there, both players, but very different places they occupy on the pitch, very different style of playing in terms of defensively. Thiago is also the guy that's high tempo, throws himself in there. I don't want to talk too much about Thiago. Thiago, we know his ability, but it's the next era now Liverpool have to go into. Klopp's trying to play a new system, and Thiago really doesn't fit into it. Yes, Thiago can kind of do a good job in any kind of system, any kind of team, but you need more than that if you want to go back to competing for leagues and trophies. And that's where, for me, their most important player is Alisson. Yes, it's a goalkeeper for a team that should be winning trophies. You don't want the goalkeeper to be your most important player. But without him this season, Liverpool would be far into the bottom half of the league. Even with him, they're ninth. The amount of times he saved them, the amount of composure he adds, the fact that they can just remove the idea of what do we do when the goalkeeper's... That's out of their mind. They don't have to think about it because Chelsea still do. Arsenal right now are settling much more comfortably into it. City are still not 100%, I feel. Yes, he fits everything they want, but are they 100%? That's the keeper they want to win the Champions League with. Chelsea are not, United are not. Tottenham or not, goalkeeper is a big thing to settle in and have comfortable, and that's what they do have. I was looking into some of his stats and some of how he's comparing, and they might not be the craziest numbers. He might not have the craziest percentile rankings either. But one thing that is important is the post-shot expected goals minus goals allowed, which he's in the 93 percentile. That's important because that shows, after shooting, how much influence is he having on stopping those shots, right? And that's where he ranks really highly. And he's one of the best goalkeepers still in that aspect. Also, his defensive actions, he's great at reading and anticipating long balls in behind, allows Liverpool to push up higher up the pitch, squeeze the pitch, especially where they want their fullbacks to bomb forward and they want their fullbacks to be in influential areas higher up the pitch. that means you're going to be exposed at times, and there's going to be those long balls into the channels where Alisson's been able to sweep up for years now. And that's why he is so important to Liverpool and gives them such composure and calmness at the back. And he's a real leader and has picked them out of big games a lot of times. Now, the second key man, Darwin Núñez. Of course it was Darwin Núñez. The mercurial striker from Benfica, the Uruguayan. He has all the attributes. I know everyone is saying that, and then so people are almost like torn, right? So everyone is either on the Darwin bandwagon or they're completely on the Darwin hate wagon, right? Where people are like, yes, but he's brought in to score goals. He's not scoring enough goals. He's missing too many chances. Well, yeah, that's true. But in that argument, what is happening there? You're talking about him getting all these chances. Yes, you can just put that down to, Liverpool are creating chances and Darwin is messing everything up. But that's not what's happening, right? Darwin's getting close with these. And you can see it's a confidence thing. It's getting that flow. A lot of strikers, you can completely dismiss them one season, and then the next season you can be like, oh wow, this is the best player in the world. And that's how strikers work. It's up and down. It's very thin margins that make or break a striker. And for Darwin Núñez, all the other elements of his game are there as a strike, as a goal scorer, as an output. And that's why you see his expected assisted goals are 99 percentile. His non-penalty XG plus XG, AG is 99 percentile. His non-penalty XG is 93 percentile. His total shots are 99 percentile. His touches in the attacking penalty area, and this is what I love, is 99 percentile. Averages 9.11 touches per game. Progressive passes received, 8.21, which means he's always available. He's always ready receiving those balls. And you've seen that. He runs the channels really well. He's very fast, like surprisingly, blisteringly quick. I knew he was going to be fast, but I didn't think he would be this fast. And he is, and he's fast with the ball as well, which is impressive. But getting those final touches, he's hit the post the most in the league, which is unfortunate for him. But he's still scored. He has still scored for them. Like, it's not one of those situations where you've signed, like, I don't know, Chelsea signed when they signed Torres or whatever. He just wasn't scoring. Or West Ham with like Scamacca, he's really not scoring enough. Yes, they both lie around the similar amount, but like in all competitions, I think Núñez has 7 goals this season. He has 5 in the Prem. And those numbers are going to go up by the end of the season. I would expect Núñez to probably be around the 12, 13 goal mark in the Premier League for the second half. And that's a solid, okay season. It's not what they expected. It's not what you pay 75 million for. But give him time to settle under his feet. There's a transition year anyway for Liverpool. Klopp knows what he has in Darwin Núñez. Klopp is one of the best managers ever, really. And especially of this generation. He's won so much and he's created players that no one would have expected would have reached the levels that they did. In Mane and Salah and Firmino and countless players, right? Lewandowski on the other end, right? The Dortmund times. But you have to believe that Klopp knows what he's doing and why he's so willing to adjust the system for someone like Darwin Núñez. It's because he sees something in the player. He sees a potential. He's tall, he's strong, he's fast. Yes, his shooting with his left has been here and there, but he's willing to shoot with his left, which you don't see a lot. With some strikers, they're completely unwilling to shoot and attempt with their weaker foot. Darwin is not. He's very willing to shoot. He's not afraid to try stuff. He's very direct. He wants to take on the fullback all the time. He wants to bomb past the centre back. He wants to challenge and contest every duel. That's the kind of player he is. He's tenacious. He throws himself into things. And that's why if you get him to be confident and scoring, this guy could output 30 goals and assists every year in, year out. And I think he could do it comfortably. And he's young. He's 23. He still has so much time to produce these goals for Liverpool. And I think with the way that Klopp wants to move and moving out some of the older players and bringing in this new generation of players, I think Darwin Núñez is a perfect player to spearhead this. The one person I would say is going to be more important for this Klopp project is the recommended signing. And that's the third key man. The third key man has to be a midfielder. It just has to be. They don't have another option. They have to bring in a midfielder now. It's been too long that they haven't freshened that out. Having Milner and Henderson, yes, they've been great servants for the club for years, but it's time to transition. It's time to move forward. And the recommended signing has to be the one person Liverpool have been waiting for, the one person that they keep hearing. Keep hearing the links. We see the videos. We see everything. Jude Bellingham. The day that happens, if it does happen, is a very sad day for me as a United fan. I think he has everything to become the best, if not top 2 midfielders in the world, because I am a big fan of Pedri. But I think he has the ability to become the best midfielder in the world. In terms of as a baseline, he definitely has more to his that he can reach in terms of potential than even a Pedri. But this man has everything. Going forward, defensively, he has size, he has physicality, he reads the game well, he has a good understanding of space, he has an incredible close control. He seems like a good character. He adds a lot to a dressing room. He's captaining Dortmund at this age. There's such a long potential for him. And whatever the price is, Liverpool have to pay it. The question comes is, are they going to be under this ownership? And are they going to be willing to splurge the cash? They've showed a lot of reluctance to do it up to now. They haven't really splurged big for a little while, right? They splurged on a Nunes and it didn't seem to really work the same way. And now even Nunes' price, you're adding like 50 million on top of Nunes, right? You're asking for a lot to bring this player in. You're talking about breaking the Premier League record again. And I think Enzo would have been a great signing as well for Liverpool. He's now gone to Chelsea. They have to go for Bellingham. I think the real competitor is going to be Madrid, is going to be City. You're fighting with the big dogs to get this guy. Everyone wants him. And of course they do. You're talking about the next 12 to 13 years of your midfield being a certainty. Barring injury, this man will dominate any midfield he's in and will be probably club captain at any team he goes to for the next decade. How can you even put a value on that? How can you put a price tag? I think 120 million, pay that right now if that's what Dortmund are asking for. I'd go as high as 150 million. There is no price you can just put on having the midfield, the most important positions on the pitch, just occupied with the best in the world for a decade. Imagine you could go back and say, hey, give me Luka Modric for the next 12 years at that level. How much would you have paid for that? I'll tell you what, it's more than 50, more than 70, more than 80. It's probably the Premier League transfer record again. And that's why I think Liverpool have to go for him. Everything on the line for him. And I think if you give Klopp that kind of tool and you allow him to build around the Bellingham, there's very high chance that Liverpool go on to repeat what we thought was just a short era. They go to repeat that again, but on a longer basis. Because now you'd have a younger starting point. Because Liverpool initially, this era that we saw of Liverpool, most of them were already at that peak age or in and around that, right? Plus or minus a year or two, either over or under. And now you'll be building a team with Gakpo, Elliott, Carvalho, Nunez, Konate, Trent, Bellingham, all in the 23 and under range. And that's going to be so big for Liverpool moving forward. Having a team that fits together, that can grow together, and you wouldn't put the pressure then to win immediately. You don't have to win the first year or two, especially not with the Arsenal squad being ready and probably winning the league this year, and they'll get the taste for that. The City obviously will come back. United are building and are at a further stage in terms of the age-wise of the group, so they're going to have much more pressure to win. Same as Chelsea, the amount spent is going to put pressure to win. So Liverpool can really build it properly. Similar thing to what happened with Arteta with Arsenal. He was allowed the time, 2 years of finishing 8th. That seems unfathomable, unacceptable, but give the manager the time and look what you reap. You gave him 3 years and you won a Premier League. Arsenal could have chopped and changed after the first year, back-to-back years chopping and changing, and I guarantee you they wouldn't be in the position right now where they look like they're going to run away with the league. That's not a position they would be in if you kept changing. Maybe they would have won an extra League Cup or an FA Cup. But is that really worth it? Is that the trade-off you want? Especially if you're trying to build a club for the long term? Me personally, I like the direction that they can go in. This next transfer window and what happens with the ownership is going to be crucial for the next decade that Liverpool go into. And I think they have to throw all their eggs into the Jude Bellingham basket now. This has been 3 Key Men for Liverpool. Catch you on the next episode of this series. please comment and let me know anything you want me to add. Also let me know what you think about the new thumbnails, the new graphics. I'm also going to be getting an intro and an outro video to add in and also incorporate that. Let me know if that's something you're interested in. Also the socials that you would like me to add. So I'm definitely going to be making a TikToks and Shorts channel very soon. Those are all going to be on an Instagram and YouTube Shorts, as well as mainly TikTok, as well as I was thinking of either a Twitter or an Instagram to go along with this. And just, I would love any feedback. And yeah, see you guys very soon on the next episode. And this has been The Casual Fanatic. Bye-bye.